First, we're going to take some Too Faced Shadow Insurance and rub that all over thy lids. Next, we're going to go in with some soft ochre paint pot. I feel like shadows cling really nicely to this, and less is more, so don't overdo it. Already did my brows. I used the BH Cosmetics brow pencil with my trusty ABH brow gel. So I literally got this in the mail today. This is one of the last things I picked up from the Sephora VIB sale, and it is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I told myself, like, oh, I don't really need that palette. Like, it's, the color store is kind of all over the place, whatever. But then I started seeing it more and swatched it, and I feel like the first time I swatched it, I wasn't impressed, but the second time I was like, ooh. And this apparently was inspired by New York City, and since I live in New York City, I was like, well, you sold me. So, Rope. It's right here. It's like a creamy matte color, I guess. And we're gonna just put that in the crease to start. I'm not really sure where I'm taking this look. I know I want to use like a glitter pigment from Makeup Geek that I haven't used in a while. But I like it. It's kind of cool. The other shade I'm going to dip into from this palette is called Pure. And it's this matte brown. Kind of a weird name for a matte brown, but okay. This is like a nice, like, hot chocolatey color. We're gonna put something on the lid so we have like a base color for what's gonna go next. And because I'm going in with kind of like an antique gold type of glitter, I'm gonna go in with a color that's kind of similar to that, and I don't really think there's one in this palette, so we're gonna do a different one. Okay. So I think I found something that can work. This is the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadow in the shade Lock and Key. So we're gonna put this all over the lid. I'm not even gonna like wet it or anything. These eyeshadows are really pigmented, so I don't think I need that much to make them look beautiful. So we're just gonna put some on the lid so we have a dark base. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna blend the edges of this out. So the pigment I'm using is Makeup Geek's Utopia, and it looks like this. It's like a very beautiful antique gold foily type of pigment. The chunks in here are pretty large, but it's like kind of flecky. This is what the color looks like. You can get a better idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the Mehron mixing liquid and we're gonna create like a little goo out of the two of them in the cap of the pigment, and then we're gonna put it on my eyes. I think I'm just gonna stick to the same brush I've been using. This is the MAC 242. I'm gonna dip it into the Mehron liquid, and then I'm gonna rub the brush into the cap. One eye covered, so you can see this is just the regular eye and this is the one that's popping. So I'm also going to take a little bit on my finger dry and just press on top of my lid. Next I'm going to go back into the Metropolitan palette with the color Antique. It's this matte brown here at the end. And I'm going to take it on a pencil brush, and we're just going to go in the crease. And then we go back in with the brush and replace anything that was just messed up by that. Going back into the Mehron liquid, mixing in the cap, and going on my other eye. Whoa, that's really metallic. It's like, whoa, yeah, we're gonna have to do that on the other eye. This Mehron liquid is the bomb. Makes everything so gorge. Like, oh. Drippin', drippin'. This looks like a glossy eye, but it's not. Because this is gonna dry. It needs to dry. I'm gonna go into my crease with this black from the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette and just outline a little bit. And then we'll blend it out a little. Just a word of warning, I feel like my eyelids feel a little tight with all of this makeup on them. It's kind of dried a little bit crinkly, which is kind of a cool effect. But yeah, just a word of warning. Priming using the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation and apply that all over my face. Gonna go in with some Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. Just want something kind of light for this look. Foundation is like full coverage enough, so. Before we do anything else, I'm gonna go back in with some of that eyeshadow and just put a little bit more into the areas where I feel like it's flaking off a little bit. I'm just a mess right now. There's so much fallout under my eyes. Let's see if we can just... Oh, that's good enough. I can just apply more foundation over it. Doing your makeup on camera is so hard. It's really hard. Like, I don't know how all these girls do it. Like, obviously they have tons of practice, but I am a novice and I need help. Somebody help me. All right, we're gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder as per usual on every part of the face. I'm gonna go in with this Hourglass palette. This has actually been brought back for the holidays. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked, and I think it's called like the Unlocked Ghost this year, but it's the same shades. And I'm gonna take this color right here to set under my eyes. I believe this is the finishing powder in the shade Soft Light. I'm going to use the bronzer in Golden Light Bronze in this palette just to start. I really like pulling my hair back so I can get deep in that hairline. This bronzer is very subtle. I might need to do like more of something else later. This is She's Adorable by Patrick Ta Beauty. Fluff it over the face or over the cheeks. I'm gonna go in with a different brush with this because I feel like it's not as poppin' as I want it to. I can see the sheen on my face, but I feel like my lights, okay, when I zoom out or when I go back here, I feel like you can see it a little bit better. I'm gonna take this powder from the Ambient Lighting palette, and this is the Metallic Strobe Powder in Champagne Strobe Light. I'm going to take it on a little blending brush and we're just going to hit the highlights of the cheeks. So this area right here. Whoa. This is really bright and we got to blend. Yeah, that's a lot. But I don't want too much. I'm also going to hit the brow bone. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Makeup Setting Mist so we can set this up, then we're going to do some more with the eyes, and then the lips, and then we'll be done. So in terms of my eyes, I need to add mascara, and then we're also going to add some lashes, and then we're also going to line underneath. So mascara's Benefit Roller Lash. I'm too lazy to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to go in with a liner under my eyes. This is Black Line from MAC and it's Pearlglide Intense Liner. And it's kind of like a greeny color. It's going to be very subtle under the eyes. I think this is like dried out quite a bit. So it's going to be a little gentle. Then we're going to go back in with the pigment and take it on a tiny brush. We're going to wet the brush, dip it into the pigment, and then just place a little bit on the center of the lower lash line. Just like that. I'm going to put on lashes and then I will be right back. Okay, so for my lip combo, we're going to start with Laura Mercier's lip pencil in the shade Hazelnut Tea. And we're just going to line. And then for MAC, we're going to use the lipstick in the shade Del Rio. And this is kind of like a darker browny pinky nude. It's very hard to describe, but I think it's such a cool color. I haven't used it in a while, so we're just gonna put that all over the lips. I think we're just gonna leave the lip not glossy. I really like the finish of this. This is a satin formula. I think it makes the lips look really juicy, but not like wet juicy, just like plump and delicious. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this look. I feel like it's very fall appropriate. It's very dramatic. The lip is just giving me life. I really need to use this lipstick more. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me any feedback down below. Let me know what I should film next. And make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, you know the drill with that. You know I'm always happy to see you guys subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!